12,000 years of silence, 12,000 years of buried pressure. And then, in a single night, the Earth tore open. A volcano no scientist was watching, a mountain that was just a name on an old map, erupted with the power of a small nuclear blast. What woke this forgotten giant? And what does it mean for Africa and for the world? Tonight, we uncover the terrifying rebirth of the Ethiopia volcano. This eruption didn't happen in a random place. It happened in Ethiopia's Afar region, a place that sits on one of Earth's most violent underground battlefields, the Afar Triple Junction. Imagine three colossal tectonic plates all trying to move at once. The Arabian plate is pulling east, the Nubian plate is pulling west, and the Somalian plate is drifting southeast. They are literally ripping the continent apart. This is one of the only places on Earth where a new ocean is being born, right beneath our feet. The ground constantly cracks, stretches, and melts from the intense heat deep below. For thousands of years, these invisible forces were slowly, silently, setting the stage for disaster. Most of us have heard of famous volcanoes like Mount Etna, Mount Fuji, or the supervolcano at Yellowstone. But Ethiopia hides something far more mysterious. It's home to a chain of more than 130 volcanic vents. Many of them are undocumented, unnamed, and have never been properly studied. Hailey Gubby, the volcano that just erupted, was once considered harmless. It's just one piece in this massive, hidden chain. Scientists call these cryptic volcanoes for a few scary reasons. They erupt very rarely, sometimes thousands of years apart. When they do, their lava cools fast in the dry air, and the powerful desert winds quickly erase the evidence, burying their history under layers of rock and sand. These volcanoes can look completely dead and dry on the surface, while just beneath, superheated magma is raging. New studies have revealed that Hailey Gubby was showing subtle warning signs. Humans either didn't detect them, or we couldn't understand what they meant. For example, satellite radar images now show that the ground around the volcano had been swelling, rising by several centimeters over the last decade. There were also micro-earthquakes happening at extreme depths. These quakes were so tiny that local stations couldn't even pick them up. It was only through remote sensing technology, looking back at the data, that scientists confirmed the activity. Most critically, the Earth's crust in the Afar region is alarmingly thin. In some spots, it's only 15 kilometers thick, which is about half the global average. This thin crust makes eruptions far more explosive. No one connected these clues, till it was too late. Geologists classify eruptions using the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI scale. Hailey Gubby's eruption was likely a VEI 3 or VEI 4. To put that into perspective, that's comparable to the 2010 Iceland eruption that shut down all of Europe's air travel, or the powerful 1963 eruption in Bali. An eruption of this magnitude can darken skies for hours, spread ash across entire continents, disrupt global air travel, and even temporarily alter the local climate. The ash cloud from Hailey Gubby shot over 14 kilometers into the sky, crossing the Red Sea and spreading deep into the Arabian Peninsula. But witnesses on the ground described more than just ash and lava. They saw volcanic lightning. This happens when ash particles collide in the sky, building up electric charges. Villagers reported seeing terrifying lightning bolts flashing inside the black eruption clouds, a clear sign of an extremely intense event. The eruption also released a cocktail of toxic gases, including sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide. These gases can suffocate wildlife and lead to acid rain, poisoning the environment for miles around. People living 40 to 50 kilometers away felt shock waves hitting their homes like distant explosions. Windows rattled, the ground trembled, and animals panicked in terror. New field reports are revealing even deeper consequences. The ash has contaminated critical water sources. It fell into Lake Afdera, into underground wells, and all over the local salt mining areas. Salt workers, who depend on this industry to survive, had to halt their operations completely. The region's livestock are in crisis. Ash coated the grazing lands, forcing herders to relocate their animals to safer zones, with some traveling over 70 kilometers on foot to find clean pasture. And then there's the human toll. Mobile clinics reported a huge spike in respiratory emergencies. People were suffering from asthma attacks, severe eye irritation, and skin burns. Children were having the most trouble breathing. Protective masks were in short supply, and many people had to rely on simple cloths soaked in water to filter the toxic air. When millions of tons of ash fall on a desert, it changes the land forever. In some places, it can become fertile, but in others, it becomes toxic. The ash layer, full of tiny volcanic glass particles, also makes the ground more prone to flooding when the rains eventually come. Perhaps the most chilling discovery is that scientists have found brand new fissures around the volcano along cracks in the earth that show magma may still be moving just beneath the surface. Some of these fissures are over a kilometer long. This means the eruption might not be a one-time event. It could be the beginning of a new, active volcanic phase. Several experts are now warning of what might happen next. One scenario is a new fissure eruption, where lava could emerge from these new cracks instead of the main crater spreading across the landscape. Another possibility is a series of explosive ash events. If groundwater mixes with the underground magma, it could trigger powerful steam explosions, sending even more ash into the atmosphere. But the biggest fear is a domino effect. The eruption of Haley Gubby could change the pressure underground, waking up other volcanoes in the Afar chain, like the famous Erupted or the powerful Nabro volcano. In fact, Erupted, known for its permanent lava lake, has already shown increased activity since Haley Gubby's eruption. Haley Gubby may have awakened more than just itself. Even a regional eruption like this can have global effects. The ash reached international flight paths, impacting thousands of passengers. The sulfur dioxide released into the atmosphere can reflect sunlight, causing a slight cooling of temperatures for weeks. Marine scientists even observed small changes in Red Sea weather, affecting cloud formation and sea surface temperatures. A single volcano can send ripples across continents. But after all this, one key question remains, and scientists still can't answer it. Why did this volcano wake up now, after 12,000 years? There are theories. Maybe there was a sudden movement along the African rift. Perhaps a deep plume of magma from the mantle is rising faster than expected. Or maybe recent heat waves weakened the crust. But none of these theories are confirmed. The Earth has revealed its power, but it has not revealed its reasons. For 12,000 years, it hid its fire. But nature does not forget, and the Earth does not sleep forever. The awakening of the Ethiopian volcano is not just a geological event. It is a reminder. A reminder that beneath our roads, our cities, and our deserts, a living planet breathes, shifts, and evolves. Haley Gubby has awakened, and the world must now decide. Will we listen to the warnings of the Earth before the next giant rises? Thanks for watching, and if you want to keep exploring the powerful forces that shape our world, be sure to subscribe.